Mumwana Kwaba from that short break. In the Yerba Boshe role of social media in personal branding. But then before that, I would want to introduce my guest. Then I let you into what we are actually going to talk about in there. In the many my brother in the industry, Edem, Mensah, Tsotorme. Sundays is in Mabuni. Beautiful. In the Mabuni. Mwakwaba. Mwakwaba. Thank you. Thank you. Like I was saying earlier, me assure they wanna watch it show you here the part we've heard this thing over and over again. Artist be or you need to yellow or say or am a brander. Eyi or the chance and na atter or this and nuquim also or am a brander. First of all, before we get into it, what actually branding is. Is branding just sorry, nada you would see green, nanyan, no your brander. Edem. And you room. But first of all, branding or yabasi.
Oh, say you can't branding, brander. The brand is what you represent, and the branding is like the process. Certain elements are a grow to become your brand. So normally people think that like what you said, say, ebia what dying uti, what shewe, that's your personal brand. But personal brand no, adi kitibi. You can't personal brander. Personal brand is how people perceive you.
Okay.
Not what you perceive yourself.
Okay.
It's how people see you and the kind of space you occupy in their head. And young fan say, Obi whom sisia. And now when you are not there, how someone will introduce you to somebody. That is the kind of personal, that is your personal brand.
Okay.
So, oh, this guy, or you're truthful, this guy, or you're this. That is the perception. The perception people have about you.
That is their brand.
That is your brand. Now, that is what you occupy in the eyes of people. So, you say you have a certain talent, and say you are a gospel artist. We know you are a gospel artist. However, in your mabia obeyeno, ebema people will see you in a certain way. So you will think you are a gospel artist, but people don't see you as such.
Okay.
You are maybe a pastor, but as of now, I know that there are some pastors when you see them preaching, it doesn't move you. Because you don't see them as that pastor brand they say they are.
Okay.
So that is your brand. That perception you have about the person is the brand.
That is the brand.
Yes, but most of the times, it's
you
you and the target audience.
Oh, okay.
Etina obeye the way be dress, what because in every personal brand you need to stand out. So the tina obeye ataria obeye will help you to stand out because in the rules of personal branding there is distinctiveness.
Okay.
You should be able to stand out. So those in your man complement it. Like when it comes to your organization, logo, those things. But the content you produce will make people perceive you in a way. And that will be your personal brand. So that and that personal brand does something. It has some importance. But I mean before we go into the importance, let's look at some of the rules of personal branding.
Personal branding.
Some of the rules of personal branding is you should be like specialization.
Okay.
So, okay, I'm a presenter. Now, this is who I am. That's my specialization. You should be able to make sure you do things in a way that people can easily tell someone that this person is a presenter.
Okay.
So what is your specialization if somebody cannot tell somebody who you are? What should I say? And see, obi timi who will say, we or say, or yes say, meaning people have not
The brand has not been defined.
Yes, you have not been defined. What's I say?
Okay.
So, or your way, and he's not mastering any place. So it becomes very difficult for the person to specialize, which is very crucial when it comes to, personal branding. So when you specialize, after specializing in that space, you should be able to, we call something leadership. You should become a thought leader in that area.
That space.
That when we are talking about people in that space who are knowledgeable, who have respect, who are accorded some level of, you should be able to stand out and be part.
Okay.
As a leader in that space. In the say, we'll say, okay, you are a youth advocate. However, in the area you are, when it comes to youth issues, they can refer to you. They can quote you. They can call you to be part of youth issues. It means you are failing at the leadership side of the brand. You have not been able to command leadership. When they are calling presenters in the space, you are not part in that, maybe sports, entertainment, this. You are recognizing pundits in that field. And that your brand or specialization as a pundit, you are not seen to be quoted. You are not seen as a thought leader in that field. Then it means the leadership side of your brand is failing.
Failing.
So you need to, and that thing is built over some time. You need to exude some sort of knowledge. You need to share some sort of knowledge and create that image for yourself so that people will perceive you in that way. And there is that visibility aspect too.
Okay.
The brand must be seen. So you're an entertainment person. When it comes to entertainment events, are you seen?
Are you seen?
Are you getting the invite? Are you because when you go there, what happens is you network. And the more you network, you meet somebody, he introduce you to some, you are enriching your circles. And it's very crucial in every brand, because if you say your brand is in this and such people meet and you are not there, how are you networking your way? Because maybe you are a growing brand in that area. Gospel artists are meeting, gospel artists are doing this, gospel industry is doing this, secular industry is doing, and you are not seen.
You are not there.
How do you build yourself? How do you become noticed? So visibility is a very, very, very crucial when it comes to, some of these things. And personality. That is where your dressing, other things come in.
I'm seeing.
That what kind of personality are you creating?
Okay.
Personality.
Okay.
How do you want to be seen? How do you want to, when they think of you, what kind of image should pop up?
Okay. Okay.
When we think about this person, the kind of imagery you form in the brains of people. Is very, very important, because if you are you see you are into a certain kind of speciality as a brand, and the image which comes does not resonate with that kind of brand you say you are, it makes it difficult for your brand to cut across. And in every personal brand, you should be there should be that sort of utility. Because you don't live a certain life somewhere and go and live a certain life somewhere. And you need to also respect people around you. Very, very, because those people are like ambassadors of your brand. And how you relate to them. And to me, you are the social media, how you relate to them, because they are very, whatever they say about your brand can easily be accepted. So be bet me about I say, akwa we mini natina say, mini na ye juma waha, and he or she is this.
Is this?
Into obi oha, or dear beginning on jin tum, but a beman no doubt about you. Into a beman nipan start look you in a certain way just to confirm that. Into confirmation about he has seen you, like the way the person sees you is gone.
Okay.
You've presented yourself in a certain way. I mean, these things are very, very important. Then, when you look at social media, and the more reason why you need to practice all of these things is that even though it is difficult, when you are able to do it to a certain level, it has some importance. That is, people refer you into a industry no yepe obia ye bibi ana yepe obia kokasa ana yepe obi to stand for the industry. Oh, let's hire this person. Because this is what his brand exudes. It brings you cash, it gives you job opportunities, and above all, no, amount of goodwill, which is like a social currency.
Okay.
When people begin to love your brand.
Okay.
And before you will be able to, walk in line with your brand, there is something we call brand equity, which is very, very important.
Very important.
What attracts people to your brand? Okay, what people like about my brand is maybe payment wasn't. Now let me give you an example. Just this Saturday, Jackie Appiah was on a platform. When brand Jackie Appiah, what comes to mind? What kind of brand comes to Nipa Nisuni?
If you mention Jackie Appiah, we're not talking about loudness. She's quiet. She's shown some class. She's minding her business.
So she knows. If you don't know your equity, and then will make mistakes, creating problems for your brand. She knows her equity, and it's not every celebrity who needs to be a voice. So just this Saturday, on the sister platform UTV, she was asked about her view.
She said she's minding her business.
On
LGBT. She said she's minding her
business. Does
it
fall in line with her brand?
No, she's minding her business.
Does it fall in line with her brand?
That's not her brand.
No, I'm coming.
It's not.
Her response, when I asked you about Jackie, you said Jackie Appiah on pen and one.
So the response falls with her brand.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you need to know your brand equity, why people like your brand.
So mincha one or
hormone should communicate those values.
Mincha one or hormone. Amankasa meti harmony. I got a lot of backlash after many Equiapimpulo interview. The masana brand na wa building is about sex. One son of one say, a roba meje wa Ghana harmonum no nya roba kakra, but I was shama roba and kasankasa. Just
that was
in
a
the
feedback you were giving her, and feedback is very important.
It's very important.
It helps because brand is not about you, it's about your target audience. So when your target is giving you a feedback, you need to take the feedback and work on the feedback. Because at times you think you are something, but people think you are not. You understand? And you need to take feedback. And that is one thing at times people do not do well when it comes to some of these things.
Inti, if I understand you well, say if we're going to the blogging space, we're going into the entertainment media space and all that. Enyi pebi o hormonoma, ube na no kasape, oh, the mafri. It means that is the brand that the person has
certain
created.
Perception. People know that because, there is that leadership aspect of the brand. And that leadership is that you need to be, that field now, wafano. People should see you as knowledgeable. You should come out as authority. You should come out as someone they can refer to. So if you open your mouth and it's like, oh, the content there is low, then it means that you are losing that leadership aspect of the brand. And you will not become a thought leader in that industry. In the Ebedu baby, say your friend call for to talk about blogging or to talk about certain things relating to your profession. They are not going to call you. And when you lose the leadership aspect of the brand, it takes some strength from your brand. Which is very, very important. Now when we link it to social media becomes more or less like a digitized aspect of the brand. What's you saying? So social media is more or less like a digitized version So there is the digital aspect of the brand. And the reason is that social media gives you a platform and gives you an opportunity to leverage on that platform. And at times, one of the things people forget is that social media is a two-way communication. So social media is not just about you, but the people in that sphere, it's a two-way communication. So that is why it provides certain features like live. So if you have a certain audience on social media, it's not just about you posting, only posting. Someone will even post good thing about you, tag you, you will not go and respond. I mean, it's a two-way communication. Nipa na tag you.
But am I knowing that is it always necessary?
No, if somebody has tagged you in a good thing and you see something you want to comment, you should feel free because it's a two-way communication.
It's a two-way communication.
Yeah.
But then Edem, I'll use myself as an example, and I know a lot of people in this industry who are like that. I'm very close to people who are like that. I'm the type. If I do something good for you, I don't want you to come back and say it. Thank God and move on. When you make a post about it and you tag me,
no,
I'm like, I want to run away from it.
No, it depends on
you know that kind of thing.
Because of perception. I mean,
I don't want anybody to know I've done something good for you.
So
I don't want anybody to know any good. Don't come and give me any praise and she has done this. No, I don't want it.
Because then you need to revise your note because testimonials too are also part of the branding process.
So if I do something for somebody, the person should come out.
That is a testimony the person is giving about you. You can decide not to comment or comment.
It goes against my beliefs.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that testimonials are good for brand. It gives your brand some level of equity because young man say, "Ubia control, baby. Oh, I was in this situation and this person got me out." That testimonial can bring you more lovers.
Okay.
So that testimonial is an endorsement of your values, your persona, who you are, and that can bring you lovers. Now, say some people, maybe you write something, maybe Obia Koje award and Obia Koye baby, then you write beautifully about the person and other things, and you tag the person and the person doesn't respond. How do you feel?
Well, I get your point.
And some people, those who are, because it's two-way communication, there's a target on this. They are watching, and they are like, "Hey, I coach any home. Yeah, anyway, until me make a thank you or to respond." Okay. So, I mean, the perception people have is very important.
Okay.
So it's not everything that you need to, comment. But what I want to communicate is that you need to understand that social media is a two-way communication. And if you are building your brand on social media, which is an extension, there are certain elements you need to find. I mean, when I go to your page, Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, as soon as I go to the page, there is the about, which is like a bio.
Like a bio.
It should tell me about you.
Okay.
So someone who could be buyer, I went to school here, I work here, I move here, I'm currently working here. So it tells you, okay.
So it's like in branding, it's compulsory that it has to be there.
Because you want people.
And me, I want to take my own off.
Obi or her. You believe in branding, but ne pick tampo niho.
Okay.
What's your say? Or the Bible verse.
But then wait, let me ask you. Can't somebody also build that kind of brand that, okay, this is Edem. We know Edem. This is what Edem is good at. But you won't find Edem anywhere. Edem is not somebody you see at entertainment shows. Edem is not somebody you find on social media. Edem is not somebody you do this. But what he does, he's an entertainment pundit. If you are seeing him, then it's his job that he's doing. Beyond that, he's not doing, you are not seeing him anywhere. Can somebody also build a brand
you can have that brand, but when I was explaining that point, I talk about something, networking. I mean, every industry, networking is very, very important. So you cannot be at every program, but there are some programs you can't miss out, especially when they see the need to give you an invitation. Okay. You need to honor the invitation with the motive that it's a platform to network, it's a platform for industry people to see you. So there are some people who say they don't even want to, I mean, they don't even want to like honor any invitation. I mean, when you do that, you should also know that whatever you are in the industry, you should be part of building the industry. So if the industry people, no, you need to scale it. I mean, you know your brand equity, you know your values, and you know the platforms which fit you. So when the platform comes, like I'm saying, then you have the networking at the back of your mind. So if you look at the program, you think this program can help your networking, I mean, potentials. Then why do you turn it down when you know you can gain from it? You understand? So you need to value the program and look at, I mean, the various elements of your brand.
But then, Edem, say you share are various brands in the entertainment space, Naza. On social media pages. Most of the time it's just about pictures, and nothing else. And
I think that's one of, I mean, when it comes to social media, it's two ways. So at times the post is always not only about you. You find a way, even top celebrities in and outside Ghana, you see that some of them always have a way of, I mean, communicating with their fans. They because a product, the difference between like a product and a target and the celebrity and the target is that you, the celebrity, you are looking for fans and you want to turn those fans into certain money generation, I mean, elements. Like you want them to later buy your music, stream your music, buy your merch, help you build your capacity as, oh, you give this brand endorsement to him because he has these numbers. Because you need these funds, you need to, I mean, devise a way where the audience will also feel you. I mean, feel that, oh, indeed, you acknowledge their presence. So that is why at times is there, people will create, I mean, a certain live session, and today I'm only interacting with my fans. Today, okay, I'm posting businesses of my fans. Or post your businesses under my comment. You understand? It's a way you are letting that community also benefit from you. You understand? Because it's always not about selling the features, which may be your pictures. You also at times need to sell benefits.
Okay.
You understand? That is why, so like take a relationship for instance. You can't always be selling features in relationship and think it will be successful. Which will fine, which will nice Benz. But are you satisfying the need of the other person?
The other person.
That is the benefit you are giving the person. So you need to give a certain benefit to your fans.
Okay.
And that will, I mean, build their momentum in following you, which you will turn those following and enthusiasm, activism into something else. So don't just post as an artist. Find a way to engage. Also, when it comes to social media interaction, engagement is very important. So you need to engage with your fans, and I mean, make them feel a part of you, so that they can help project your brand agenda.
Eric Kasa, about when you talked about a brand possibly helping advertise one followers, one businesses, I don't know. It's taking me to maybe I'm reading on social media in there. In our part of the world, I don't know about other parts of the world, most multi, but Ghana and we find a way to use it negatively. And that there's been a lot of scamming issues. Or a scam. A rent done who social media or a scam. Or a scam. Or a scam. Now, there's one thing too that I have realized. In time, me nipa if you tag me in a business on social media and nipa minimum business, it will be very difficult for me to approve your tag because obi bakado oh oyaba into a business no oya legit.
Yeah.
But a beer no onye legit. Into as part of my the social media responsibility, and keeping my fans and my followers happy and trying to help them grow. Now say me shall them me advertise on Kofu business. Now say on Kofu take advantage to scam other people. I want it to also go against my brand.
So this social media comes with its own sort of negativity. So you need to also put metrics or mechanisms in place to also ensure that, people do not get into that side. There are ratings. So if you make them send you, ABR, we do this, you can quickly check on their platform. And at times, just going to, read certain reviews about the thing in the crowd will give you a fair idea of what the company is. Because of some of these problems, you also need to put measures in place to ensure that, you screen the kind of businesses you post so that you do not get people into that problem. And when that issue happens, your reaction is also important because of the way social media is, at a point you can get into crisis. And, in crisis, there is that latent stage where as if then it grows, then it gets to active, it goes, then it gets to crisis. You understand? You need to ensure that from the latent stage, you quickly deal with it so that it doesn't travel, because crisis becomes like unresolved issues, and it's like a form of risk, and it can have an impact on your brand. So,
the brand.
You need to put mechanisms in place.
But then,
and when the mechanisms, something
putting mechanism in place. Ghana there are a lot of unkofu in the music space, in the movie space, big celebrities, Woko International, who do not even have proper teams to work with in terms of a PR for Nade to work with, who would guide them there in a time like this, do this, in a time like this, do this. And on Undanchan, we have a lot of social media celebrities. I want words here, Assembia ba work on Hontokwa, Ibinum words here, Ubo showcase one skin and Nazi. And those all these people don't know all these elements that we are talking about. Until you wanna what it's them. How would they know that the man send me a while baby them levelly? If I don't deal with it, see, it will get to a time that it will escalate. These people do not know these things. So how would they be able to manage the brand well, like in that sense?
So it's a juma wa fatun se you want to sing, and whatever work you are doing, you will always aspire to get to the very top of that profession. If you want to get to the top, it's like football. You want to play football to the highest level, you need to have, good coaching, technical team around you. You need to get yourself into good teams so that won't make me a boy career and now career and do. Pempenso apese do no. And say a new major man wafa, and you need to understand what goes into singing and as a music business. You need to understand that it's not just about the talent, and you might be brave talent to make your brand solid. No, do a scanning. Know where you fall short, what you need to add to your brand to get you to that aspiration now. And some of these things requires a strategy. So if you think where you fall short as an artist, your team, you don't have a communications person, you don't have a PR person, and you have the means, you need to get those people as part of your team. And at times, even when it comes to PR, there's external PR and internal PR. You can outsource. You understand? And there are a lot of elements about PR. At times, a bad music space now, one of the challenges I've seen is people think that PR in the music space is just about press releases and booking people for interviews, which is media relation, an aspect of PR. PR is very huge. So, obi booking TV interviews also a PR.
Also a PR. Merba, Kode guest to joining in Ahumanodo, but then we are having technical challenges in the Yenensa Ntum and can Kode Kobichi blogger Otum na or joining in Kode Yen will show you do. But then technical challenge in Yenensa Ntum and can. We'll keep trying to see if the call will connect. Na Yen is the incomo hormone. Edem.
So the PR is bigger than just media relations.
Just media relations.
It's just a minute aspect of it because PR is strategy. I mean, when you are even coming up with a project, how to develop a campaign for you. And developing campaign has its own process of going through. If you want to develop a PR campaign, you need to scan, research your what you want to do, research the immediate environment. After researching the immediate environment, you find out, I mean, there is what we call the situational analysis, what the situation is. And then you go into, I mean, a certain objectives you are trying to, I mean, communicate across. Then when you have your objectives, you need to, I mean, factor them in what we call the key messages. And what are your key messages? You understand? You need to...
Mambi sawasa. Yako PR class. Yako branding class in Ubripa. But as a PR person, as a branding person, if you sit back, na eshe in entertainment space, celebrities na here now. How many people in the entertainment space are going by the book? One. I want you to mention.
You see, I've told you that there is external aspect of PR.
So I want you Edem, I want you to mention names.
I'm coming.
Wana na ebakado asibesi like oreyadi. They are not doing like everything. But oreyade kakra or yusureyade kakra.
There is external aspect. So some of them, when maybe their project is coming up, and the kind of activations they do, clearly you can see that there are some external factors behind what they are doing.
Okay.
And even when those, they say they are only on PRs, when you go on their platforms and you see what the people are sharing, and you go on the main artist platform and what the person, you clearly can see that there is an external factor or hand behind. I mean, what I would say is that some of our artists are really doing well. I mean, they are able to, I mean, spot on the way they plan their campaign and activate them on the various, because when after planning the campaign, there is the strategy and tactics. I mean, the strategy, I want to break down the strategy and tactics because they are not the same. Like, your artist is coming out and you say, okay, one of the things, the strategy I'll do is media engagement.
Okay.
Or one of the artists, I want to have some media visibility. It's a strategy. Now, how do you get that media visibility? That is where the tactics come in. I will do press conference. I'll go for interviews. Okay, you understand? So the tactics will serves like a vehicle for your strategy, which is maybe media awareness. So, I mean, if you look at how they are able to have a strategy and have a certain tactics to it, clearly you see that some are doing well. So maybe I make us say, when you are an artist, get to know the artists who are doing well in building a very strong personal image and PR, I mean doing good PR, then you learn from them. I mean, look at some of the elements they apply and learn from them. And add to, I mean, your team. You don't have to be, learn the best practice. I mean, that is one of the things, learning on the job. So, we'll say you are a PR person of this artist. Why are you not learning from the best practice so that you come and apply it to your artist, for the artist to, I mean, get to a certain level. And one of the advices I always want to give people in that space is that PR is a management practice. Like everywhere you are, you need to be part of management because every PR person should be strategic. And you should have some level of respect in the team so that when the strategy be bad, they will see it as coming, oh, this strategy is coming from a certain authority. You understand? Don't anyhow. Because you will tell them things and they won't take it serious. So make sure anytime you are communicating to the team about something you are to do, it needs to be deep and have some sort of, some, say because PR is a strategy. And it's a management practice. So serious organizations, you see that the PRs are really close to management. Because when management want to do something, because there is that internal and external communication, you, the PR, need to understand the moods, understand the tone, and know how to communicate the message. So, it is good that you are not maybe school, but you have learned on the job. So people should learn on the job to help the brands they are working with, because it's a very big field, you understand. And if you do not understand a lot of things about it will get to a certain point, you will create problem for the brand. Because when there is crisis, sorry can put response in back. Because the response can even harm the brand. So that is where strategy comes in. So,
time we are left with less than 5 minutes. We na yemfa end the conversation. We've said a lot. We've understood a lot. Those who have been to PR classes, who have done strategic communications and all that will perfectly understand you. So at least anytime we hold these conversations, would you say that generally, as the industry, we are taking PR into consideration in terms of how we push content on social media?
Some are not doing it right.
On a scale of 1 to 10, one worry no, one what doors no. One doors no.
Me share baby.
Okay.
But kakrana mashe no. What I've realized is that, and it's one of the things I even want to do a research on. Like I see that at times people do not put too premium into their public communication and a public speech. So when they go on air, it's like they forget that they represent a certain brand. And because they do not put premium, some way. And at times you can hear an artist or a celebrity speak, and you kind of are disappointed. You understand?
It has happened on so many occasions.
Yes, like, and you go on Facebook on Nipane posti adibi on Facebook and this person I didn't post on Facebook. Does the person really care about the brand or something? We should know that it's an public going on TV, radio, social media, it's an extension of your brand. You understand? So you need to be very circumspect about the things you say. There are times when people are going on radio or TV, they will link up with me and say, oh, Charlie, me call how, Osha, me day. Then I give the person advice. Or call we are now I send a message. Make a call saying, then I analyze and tell the person, okay, you did this, you didn't do this. So next time when you go, make sure you go this way. Because you need to know that, the way you communicate. And that is why I advocate that it's not every artist who should be a voice. And yeah, they be a voice. If you don't understand the issue, in PR, there is the avoidance theory. You can avoid the communication.
You can avoid, yes.
And yet by force say, oh, I did biaba. Until you say you are a celebrity, then you go and write anything on Facebook, then it goes to harm your brand. You at times, video na you've seen that the person is under influence just to talk.
What's on can be?
I don't know can on your show, as or your show on tears here. I mean, before you speak on the matter, you need to understand and appreciate and link it to how it can go in line with your brand and know how you communicate. Because of social media, real time, you know, what it took 1 hour part.
No call.
And it is difficult to take it back.
Oh yeah, more. Oh yeah,
screenshots.
As I wrote to her, my back, I don't know, be anticipated the dad or that the master me, some baba who no way take a screenshot.
Yeah.
I would not deleted the dad down, so no I could pull your receipts.
And to me, sir, yeah, celebrities, no. I mean, and maybe beer, now they should have a voice. If you don't understand the issue, just stay off. And even court, and at times it's not by force to even talk. As your friend is saying, nipa yedu ebejina boxing. What I say, and police for quite better. I can say whatever you are saying will be used against you in the court of law. Know that what we say carry a lot of weight. And you'll be at times big celebrities because as I don't care, be like, man, we place value because it can. And unfortunately for us, send your money in here. That's the council culture. But when you go other parts of the world, just recently, you saw how Adidas and other people, I mean, stop dealing because of a certain comment he passed. I mean, so we need to place premium on the things. Don't just talk. And I mean, some of the brands, when I'm close to them, I make sure, and yet every conversation, and that they get themselves involved. When you are going on radio, anytime I'm taking somebody on radio or TV, before we go, I analyze the platform. I predict some of the questions which can come and give my client how the person should respond.
Yeah, that's
and before I begin my innovation, I'd like to say happy belated birthday to Adolfo all the way in Aguna Swedro. I mean, and draw in a birthday.
Happy birthday to him.
Adolf in Jack is here and come out. With our wife, so
thank you. And the Yoshians of Papa, we've learned a lot. Among us, Yoshians, I give you a home may in the Mishia, may Yami Adoma Ochana, your son so yatsna foam. We had Edem Mensah Tsotorme Wahamunum, Amiso Mizan Oye, Aba Gaga, Yami Adomoch, have a good night.